you are, a tyrant.
I've been called worse.
You're a tyrant. You go home and kick your wife too?
You know what?
Ow! What are you doing? Ow!
Put your hands on me.
Let's go.
Oh, what an assault. Don't do it, Boro.
Sir, leave the premises.
I'm going in.
No, you're not going in.
Don't touch me.
You're not going in, sir.
Let the record show that you just battered me.
Step back.
And you're using... Oh!
You want to lose your job. Guys!
Wow.
Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. Today we're at the City Courthouse here in Kenner, Louisiana. We're here today, as always, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to film in public and publicly accessible areas, to promote transparency and accountability within our government, and to ensure that our public servants recognize our rights and treat us with respect. Let's get into it. All right guys, so we're just getting inside the courtroom here. Hey, how are you? All right, so this is the hallway in the courthouse over here. We have some offices over here.
Turn it off. You can't bring that in the building.
Oh,
No.
Hey.
Whoa, nothing.
No.
You can't bring that in the building. You got to go take it back out.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
Why
You can't
can't I?
have any record. You're actually committing a felony right now.
How am I committing a
Because
felony?
you cannot film in a courtroom.
All right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Got a video today is a Long Island Audits going back to a place that he'd already been before to do whatever he calls it, a re-audit, see if they've been proved or whatever since his last visit. Now keep in mind, all the rhetoric out of his mouth, everything that he spews, none of it matters, because they continue to use the term public place. Public place, public place. This is not a public place. If it's a government building, it's a limited public forum. That's simple. Cut and dried. Law enforcement isn't educated on this. They're getting there. Marc Stout's doing an excellent job of keeping that fresh and out there. And definitely check his live streams out, because he is responsible for the memo. He's responsible for that memo being circulated. There's already been some changes made in some different jurisdictions because of that memo.
I'm not in a court. Am I in a court? Are we in a courtroom?
Yes, you are. Yeah,
we're not
part of this court. No,
we're not in a courtroom.
I'm not going to
argue. We're not in a courtroom.
Yes, you are. Any faster.
Get your hands off of me.
I'm not going to tell you again.
Get your hands off of me.
Out.
Get your hands off of me.
Out. Yeah, you can't.
How is this considered the courtroom?
No,
I'm going out.
I'm filming you. I'm not. Yeah, you can't.
You need to get your hands off of me. I want to speak to your supervisor.
I'm escorting you out.
Yeah, you get escorted out.
Through. Yeah.
Step out. You cannot bring anything in this courtroom.
Where's the law that says that?
I'll show you. Step out of the building.
I'm out of the building.
Step out of the door.
I'm out of the building.
Let me go get the sheet for you.
Can I get the law?
Yeah.
I want to see the law. What's your name and badge number?
Well, let's see. We got it posted.
It specifically says.
You read this.
Look. No, you look. Look over here. Look. In courtrooms.
Yeah.
It specifically says in courtrooms. In court
The
rooms.
whole area.
Do you understand what that means?
No. Do you
In
understand
court
what I'm telling
rooms?
you? Do you
No.
understand
Are you
what
a
I'm
law
telling
enforcement officer?
Yeah. Excuse
Can
me?
I get your name and badge number?
You can look it up.
What does that mean?
2321.
Is that professional?
Yeah.
Is that
No,
you can look it up?
We're going to show you what I'm telling you about. Okay.
It says in courtrooms. Where do you get off just putting your hands on people
no,
like
I'm trying to
that?
escort you out because I don't want
There
you
you
to
go. You
go.
can have this
There you
copy.
go. There you go.
In courtrooms. In courtrooms. Why can't I want to speak to? I want to speak to a supervisor.
I am.
All right.
This explains the whole, anything involving the court in this building. It's written in this law for you.
This is not a law.
No, Supreme Court rule.
Yeah, it's a Supreme Court rule.
But it's still not a law. It's a policy. It says here.
Right, Supreme Court
They
ruling.
control
Yeah.
all courts. I'm trying to tell you when you're in there. You can't film.
In courtrooms.
No.
Yes, and
If
anything
you-
adjacent when
anything
court's
adjacent
going
to
on.
it.
Court is going on right now.
Where does it say adjacent to courtrooms? Show me in here specifically. You're the one that's enforcing this rule or policy, so I want to have it clear. What part of this am I
Now, this is the
in
city,
violation?
That ain't the Supreme Court.
Photographs, courtroom, or any facility designated a courtroom under circumstances.
Yeah,
It's not stated.
I'm not in a courtroom,
This is it. You can have a copy of it.
but I'm not in a courtroom.
That's it. We
I
gotta go
passed
back to
You
it.
can go to the Supreme
Yep.
Court and look it up.
So what would I be arrested for then if I go in here and
Not
exercise
listening,
my
man.
rights?
Come on.
Not
You're
listening.
not taking that in here. I'm not going to tell you again.
But what-
Get
Step out
your
of the
foot.
doorway.
I'm trying to get in and access services. Wow. They handed me a paper that says nothing to do with, that has nothing to do with filming inside of the courtroom.
There he stands. There's his reflection. There he stands all broken-hearted, came defrauded but can't get started. Sean Paul. Oh, not going so well for you, buddy. Now he's going to go file a complaint, I'm sure. I think, I didn't really watch this. I kind of scanned through it. I think he has another confrontation with someone on his way to file his complaint. Let's look and see what happens.
It says right here, City of Kenner, Office of the Clerk of Court, in courtrooms. And this is just a policy by the Chief Magistrate.
Here you go.
What's this?
The other one. That's the state copy of it.
You assaulted me, you understand that, right?
I didn't insult you.
You didn't assault me?
No.
I would like to file...
Escorted you out the building, that's all.
Supervisor, I'd like to file a complaint against this man.
Vets.
500 vets.
Yep.
Wow, really professional. Really professional. They're just making themselves look like complete and utter tyrants. The law doesn't apply to them, apparently. We the people, we're going to hold them accountable, though. I promise you. We will do everything we can. Completely ridiculous. Who do you call when law enforcement is acting like complete thugs and violating your constitutional rights? That's the problem we have here, the accountability, ladies and gentlemen. I had my rights violated. They're denying me access to a building, a public building here, and I was assaulted in the process. I would like a unit to respond, please. Preferably a supervisor. All right, guys, so we're gonna wait out front here of the Rivertown Exhibition Hall Mayor's Court here in Kenner, Louisiana. We originally tried to call the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office, but they referred me to the Kenner Police Department. As you can see right here. Those tyrants inside are from the Kenner Police Department, so I'm not having much hope here. Something tells me they're not going to do anything.
Those tyrants. Those public servant tyrants. The only tyrant is you, Sean Ball. You know, he talks about winning some kind of a judgment. But the best of my knowledge, he has never won anything. I'm going to be so happy once this year, I think it'll happen. And by the time this year is complete, law enforcement, city halls, county courthouses, clerks, all that are all going to be familiar with the fact that it's a limited public forum. They can ask them to leave, they can trespass them, and then they can be arrested on that trespass if they refuse or come back. Law enforcement just needs to quit catering to these yahoos and not wanting to place them under arrest and biting on the whole Constitution. You took an oath to the Constitution. You took an oath to uphold the laws, and the 10th Amendment gives you the power. So they need to start utilizing that. All right, I want to see what gets him ticked off here and where he goes from here. Big baby. Just a big baby Huey.
Because as we've seen time and time again, ladies and gentlemen, is that law enforcement is sadly above the law. No one in this country or anywhere should be above the law. How you doing, officer? I'm the one that called you guys. So can I talk to you? Okay, great. Yeah, they've locked access from the public entering in to a public building. You see that? Look, I called law enforcement because I was assaulted and my rights were violated. And he immediately goes to speak with his brothers inside, other law enforcement officers, instead of speaking to me, the person who called. That's the mentality. That is the mentality. I love exposing tyrants. I love it. How you doing today, sir?
Good, man. Let's go.
So is anybody going to speak to me, the person who called? No? Wow, what a bunch of clowns.
No, Sean, you're the clown. Because how do you know that they didn't call before you called? And I would just about bank on it that they called immediately once they realized that you were going to stand around out front. And I don't recall you calling while you're on camera. What'd you do? Turn your camera off? Did you edit that out? What happened to that coverage? You know, you say you guys film everything, but you obviously have cuts in your video. You see them all the time. Sometimes you have tons of them. So where's that at, Sean Paul? Long Island Audits. What a monkey. All right. Yeah. This is going to be interesting to see what the law enforcement does here.
Unprofessional. Unprofessional. Both of them just completely sidestepped me, wanted nothing to do with talking to me. Hey, how are you doing? Can I get your name and badge number, please, sir?
Brent Donovan. What you got? You got a complaint? What's the deal?
Yeah, can I get your name and badge number, please? Yeah, so I called you guys down here.
Okay.
I see that you spoke to them first, which isn't shocking to me at all. But
Do you need something, my man?
yeah, I do. I was actually yeah. What, you have something else to do more important than doing your job? I don't understand.
You have anything?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead. Make it
Yeah,
quick.
so sir, you're doing your job right now. There's no need to escalate the situation. Just
Okay, are you ready?
yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah. They said they already spoke with you. They didn't want you in there for whatever reason. They gave you some statutes.
You can't just they didn't give me any statutes. They didn't give me any.
You're more than welcome to go to the lockup and speak to you. You can make a complaint on somebody.
They did listen.
All right, we're gonna
they
head out.
didn't.
Appreciate it. You have a good day.
This is you taking a complaint. This is you taking a complaint. So this is you taking a complaint from a concerned citizen.
Close to me, man. All right.
I'm not even nowhere near you.
Like I said, just don't put it so close.
Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't. No, you don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Get in my personal space. You
Don't
understand
touch
that?
me.
You understand that?
You're looking for a reason to violate my rights, and I'm going to hold you accountable.
That's fine. You have a great day, okay?
What's up with you? What's up with law enforcement over here in Kenner? Huh? You like putting your hands on people? You like going hands on, right? That's what the officers inside did. I was assaulted. You're not going to do anything about it, right? No, because, yeah, exactly, no. Why? Because you just assaulted me too. It's common practice here in Kenner, right?
Right.
Think you could just put your hands on anybody? If you didn't have that uniform on, you wouldn't have put your hands on me, and you know it. But because you got that badge and that gun on, you want to be tough to the person that you're supposed to serve.
You have a great day, okay?
Yeah. You have the day you deserve, tyrant. Completely ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Wouldn't even take a complaint. Completely ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I can't help it. Got to cut in here. This is hilarious. He just shutting him down. You know, they're just not going to listen to his nonsense. They've been, you know, they informed him. He's been told they don't want him in there. He's going to make his way probably to the Kenner Police Department to file his complaint. It's just, what a big baby. He touched me, assaulted, I'm assaulted. How can you not love this? How can you not love this? Of all people, the one that crowns himself the master auditor. Yeah. Clout chaser, grifter, just all sorts of adjectives. Auditor, you're not. You're not. You're a YouTube, just like me. You're just out here making videos. You find content to make videos on. Fortunately, you go out and perform stupid activities that gives us content to make videos about you, so you expose yourself. It's just hilarious. It's just beyond me that this stuff is still going on, and it's picking up. We're getting more and more of these frauditors coming out of the woodwork, man. You know, like cockroaches. They're popping up everywhere. They've discovered all they have to do is have an iPhone or something, and man, they can get after it. And some of the new ones are just really, really bad. Really bad. Do a horrible job, and they're going to end up with a record because they want to go act stupid like Sean Paul.
Kenner Police, car 235. Wow. So we're going to be filing complaints on these two officers as well as the officers inside. All right, guys, we have just arrived at the Kenner Police Complex here in Kenner, Louisiana. Let's go inside and file our formal complaints against the officers involved in violating our constitutional rights. Hello.
Yes, hi.
Hi, I would like to speak to a supervisor regarding a complaint.
Okay, what type of complaint?
A complaint against officers.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat. What's your name?
My first name is Sean, S-E-A-N.
All right, go ahead and have a seat.
All right, thank you. Hi, ma'am, how are you?
Hi, how you doing?
Good.
I'm Detective Gallagher.
Detective Gallagher?
Affairs. You want to come over here?
Sure, that's fine. So, Detective, I'm just here today. I wanted to file a complaint against a few of your officers.
Okay.
I'm an independent journalist. I travel around the country and promote transparency and accountability within government. I was exercising my First Amendment right at the mayor's court in Kenner,
Okay.
and I was physically removed from the building. No de-escalation techniques were used at all. Just immediately went hands-on with me and physically removed me from the building and then locked me out of the building so I couldn't access that public building. They were saying that there was some sort of policy against recording in the courtrooms.
Okay.
They handed me some policies that did state you cannot record in courtrooms. Signed policies, not laws, but signed by judges, so probably judges' orders. But I was never in a courtroom, and I was in the publicly accessible areas.
Okay.
Then they came out and handed me again another Louisiana State Supreme Court ruling, that's a policy against judicial conduct that stated that you cannot record adjacent to an active courtroom. So I wasn't anywhere near a courtroom. I was in the courthouse, yes, I would agree with that. I was in the publicly accessible lobby areas. I was going to actually speak to the clerk to pull some files. Again, it's about transparency and accountability in government. And like I said, they didn't want to hear any of it. I tried to explain to them when I was there, to my purpose there. They didn't want to hear it. They grabbed me and immediately pushed me out of the building. I then called for, because I wasn't aware at that time that they were Kenner police officers. I was aware that they were police officers, but I tried to call the Jefferson County Parish, the sheriff, Jefferson Parish sheriffs, and they directed me to Kenner. 2 officers came out, so I called and I said, hey, listen, my rights are being violated. I was assaulted. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Under the statute in Louisiana, I was assaulted. So 2 officers came out. I tried to greet them cordially when they arrived on the scene. They didn't want anything to do with me. They just, even though I called for them to respond.
Was that the Jefferson Parish or the Kenner?
This was the Kenner.
Okay.
So they responded. They didn't even acknowledge me. They just went inside, spoke to their partners, I guess. They spoke to their coworkers and came out and said, what do you want? Like, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, I was just exercising my rights. Like, well, they told you can't go in there. You can't go in there. Public building or not, there's nothing I could do for you. So they wouldn't even listen to my complaint, didn't even take anything seriously, completely brushed me off. As I'm following them to their car, because I'm asking them questions, why are you leaving? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? The one officer, he grabbed my hand, he pushed my arm, saying to get out of his face, and I was probably the distance that we are now, a reasonable distance. But again, so my complaints are excessive force, violation of my rights. There was no need for that. It completely escalated both encounters. The encounter where law enforcement arrived and then the original encounter were completely overblown and I believe an excessive use of force for sure.
Okay, well, we'll definitely look into it. Did she give you?
Yes, she gave me a complaint form. I'm not done filling it out just yet.
Well, go ahead and fill this out for
Yeah.
me. Did you get any names or anything?
I have one officer didn't want to provide. He said I could look it up, but then he told me his badge number. Because every law enforcement officer I come in contact with, I usually ask them their name and badge number. You told me immediately, professional. But one of them said look it up, and then he ended up giving me up a number. So I'll put his number. I don't know his
So
name.
when did this happen?
Just now, probably about an hour ago.
Okay, and you were at the Kenner Courthouse?
Yeah.
Down Williams?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and fill all this out for me.
Yeah.
Once it's completed, what is your name again?
My name's Sean.
Sean, what's your last name, dear?
Reyes, Reyes.
Is it S-E-A-N?
Yes, ma'am.
And spell your last name again?
Reyes.
All right. And you reside right here in Kenner?
No, ma'am. I'm a New York resident.
New York resident?
I'm here traveling on business.
That's cool. All right. Go ahead and fill all that
Sure.
out for me. All your current information, okay?
Okay.
Give me all your current information, and I will definitely look into this.
All right. Thank you, Detective.
All right, you're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. So I can just hand it back to her when I'm finished?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you,
And she'll
Detective.
let me know when you're done with it.
Okay. Thank you, Detective. I
All
appreciate
right.
your time.
Thank
Thank you so
Sean.
much.
Sorry that happened to you.
Okay, here we go, people. This is Sarah Rubin in her first article on May the 11th in reference to her experience with Anthony X. He's conducting these audits in the service of the public, testing government agencies' compliance with First Amendment. He also calls himself a journalist, but eschews journalistic ethics. Yes, right, exactly. Not every hallway or office in a public building is open to the public, and public service does not require chatting with people holding a camera in your face for any purpose other than because they can. Frauditor seems to be trying to provoke, and it's for that reason that he doesn't announce himself, nor does he share his full name or identity. He wears a face covering while doing videos. Okay, now, get this. It says, but these antics don't have the effect of getting agencies to throw open their doors. If anything, they do the opposite, prompting tighter security. 2 months after his visit to Monterina City Hall, City Council approved $48,000 for design upgrades. It was very intimidating, threatening invasion of our city hall, Mayor Bruce Delgado said, before voting to approve the expenditure. See, so I've been saying that. I say it all the time. Said it yesterday. I say it often. They're not doing anything except adding layers. They're adding layers of security. They're milking the First Amendment that they claim that they're testing for everything it's got. They con police officers into believing that they're going to be sued, that they'd be violating their oath to uphold the Constitution with their nonsense. 10th Amendment officers, you have to go with, you can't listen to these yahoos. First of all, it's a limited public forum. They've been told to leave. Louisiana's got it right. They got it right, man. They have it right. This is exactly how it should be handled. And if Sean thinks that it's wrong, then take it to the courts. You don't fight your battle there. Well, I appreciate everybody. I was going to play a little bit at the end of this, him whining and bitching about what happened in Baton Rouge and how bad Louisiana is and all that, but I'm not going to put you through it. I've been doing this long enough here. We don't need to drag it out anymore. I'm proud to Ram. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like, subscribe. If you like my channel, support it, and I really do appreciate it. And I'll keep bringing some content. I'm proud to Ram. Till next time we meet. I'll be gone.